Hello, I'm Yong Chen. Welcome back to another watercolor lesson. Today I'm going to do a watercolor portrait painting. She is a good friend of mine, another wonderful artist. I already did a charcoal drawing study from the same reference. If you haven't seen that lesson, you can use the link over here, view that charcoal drawing lesson before we turn back here to view this watercolor portrait painting. Let's start this painting now. I'm going to start with a little light sketches. Get lots more water to start with. I'm going to see. Just get an idea how you're going to lay it out. How big the face you want it to be. Play with your ideas. Let's see. Just for the demonstrations, I'm going to make a change to the painting. Change to the layout. I'm going to move this a little bit higher. There's no right or wrong answer to your compositions. It all depends on how you want it. So think about how you want it, making sure that you like it before you move forward. So I move the chin up here. And the ear come up a little smaller. And the forehead now can move a little higher. I'm gonna probably move the blue color coming down a little more on this side. And have some brown colors in the corner over here. So, okay. Let's go with it. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the big composition colors to see how it's going to look like. And some friends ask, where are you going to start? You're going to start from the face, or you're going to start from the background? You're going to start from the dress? It doesn't really matter. Alright, the first step is just to put the color in different places. The second step is most crucial. That is the adjusting colors. Just say, put a little color in the face area. Let's see. I leave a little highlight on the nose. All you're looking for is the big areas. You ignore eyes, nose, those things. You see big area. This area has the color change, have a little bit more red tone, and this side have a little bit more yellow tone. So they're showing that it's two sides of the two different dimensions on the face. And I'm going to just use a little bit red color for now. Put a little color over here. That's showing that change the dimensions. So this is good. This is I'm using the burnt sienna. So a little shortcut. So come here and here. Just so you know, we have artist community. We already have more than 200 members. And we are having fun together. So if you think you should be one of us, join us. It's pretty easy. At the end of this video, you will see an icon. So you can click on it. Putting other colors in. Okay, what I'm gonna do on this side, I'm gonna having some, this is a winter blue. I'm going to have a little bit darker, so I'm going to get some red color. Make it more like a darker purple colors. So I'm gonna put it right on this side. So I'm gonna try to play around with the idea of the color and value composition. The color over here, and on the other side, down here, I'm gonna have a little bit lighter colors, but a little bit blue. So I'm gonna get the blue color, maybe a little bit green. I have a little yellow color over here, and just put that in here to see how it looks. And I'm going to come to the other side, tone it down a little bit so that highlight the light areas of the face would pop a lot more at the end. The paper I'm using is Arches cold press, 140 pound. Okay, now I'm gonna also put in a little bit of, I'm gonna try it to see how it looks. If you don't like it, you can change it to different colors. Maybe that's fine. I don't want to be that much red. I can even have this color down here, like that, showing the shadow side. Now next I'm going to put some darker blue colors for her coat. Okay, so it's just the first step. You want to put all the colors in different places, cover the whole page except the light area that you want to retain it to be light. And then we're going to see how we're going to adjust the color. Maybe give a little bit, a couple lines over here to see how it looks. A little bit darker, warmer color here. I'm going to put it right at this space. And since I have this color, it's similar to the hair color, so I'm going to put in this color into the hair space too, into the eye area and the shadow color. So it looks like the burnt sienna with a little blue. That's good. Now I'm going to get it in here. And for the eye on this side, I'm going to just cover it for now. Look for, this is the area for the nose. And then come to this side, it is the other eye. It's very important to create a structure before you would want to touch up into the little bit more details of those, like the eye, the nose, those things. Looking for big areas, not small area. And now on this side, just use clean brush just to help those color and gradually fading into. But we're gonna put more color into that later to define this. Let's first get a little bit darker color on the other side of the mouth, show it how it turns. Throw a little suggestion for the iris. Now coming here, I'm gonna put a very thick dark purple color. And right here, I'm gonna see to paint it the outside shape so it form the inside shape. I'm gonna put a little bit burnt umber and coming down from here to showing the hair. Okay, now I'm gonna come to this side, put a little bit light color and have a little bit, look like a little bit more blue, but I'm gonna see. Let's take a look at the location of the ear. The location should be here. So paint around the space for the ear. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit blue. Use the connect into the shadow side of this area. And also have a little bit more burn sienna, a little warmer brown colors, and coming into this area. Okay. I'm gonna take a short break and then let the color to settle, and then I'll come back to start readjusting the color. Now the color already settled. Make sure my brush is clean. Okay, I'm gonna start to taking out colors, and from here, and I'm gonna take out at the forehead, make it a little bit lighter. Don't have to be really light, because on this side it's darker than the light side. So all I want to do is to lift out some of the colors. That's good. Now the color fade a little bit. Squint your eye so you can see the comparisons. Instead of looking at a small area, you want to, when you look at here, you want to look at other places at the same time. And let me see, this edge should be a little bit softer. I think that's already good. That's all the color that we need to take out. Now I want to do, I'm going to use a clean paper towel. It's just to lift up those excess wet. That's good. Now we're going to start adding color. What I want to do now, I want to add some warm with burnt sienna. So I'm going to burn sienna. And with a little red. Okay, this is good. I'm going to start from the cheek. Start over here, and that color can come up over here too. Just look at the big areas, how the big area relate together, and come up to the forehead over here. That's a little bit warmer. Now I'm going to use the same color and maybe add a little bit red. Now on top of the nose, okay, let's take a look. Coming down over here, and then we can remove some of the color in here, so you turn it a little bit lighter. So coming down and coming to the, okay, we need a little bit red color on the other side, but we can do it later. I come to the bottom of the chin. That's good. Make this a little bit softer. Okay. A little bit softer. That's it. And now we're going to lift up some color here. Keep looking at the shape. What's the shape? How does the shape look like? And if you need to open up the shape, open up the shape. Maybe if that's supposed to be the light area a little bit bigger, let's open up the light area, make it a little bigger. I'm going to move this, the side of the nose, a little bit forward, a little bit expanded. Okay, now here, I can move this color in here a little bit more. At the same time now, I'm going to add a little bit blue cool color. And I think add this color together. Now it's inside the eye white area. It's not totally bright white. That's good. That's a preparation for that. And in this side of the eye, we may or may not need to lift up too much. So let's see. Maybe lift up a little bit. This right here. And this the iris. So right in here, a little bit light. A little bit, a little bit. That's it. Like that. Now, okay. Now we're gonna move away from this area for now. I'm gonna come back that later. We're gonna go to the area of for the ears. I'm gonna take this color and come in here to glaze over. Now it's for the ear. And let's see. I think the top of the ear over here, we can expand it even a little bit higher. Maybe that's good enough. Can see that, suggesting the ear actually expanding a little. Okay, make that a little softer. Now is the time I'm gonna just put the red color. Starting from the cheek over here, and this red color expanded to this side. because the color of the lights change. Now when it's on this side, it look a little bit more pink. And leave this area a little bit like that, so keep it like that. Coming down over here. Now on the chin, on the chin, we need a little bit burnt sienna. Now here we go. We're going to take out a little color over here. It's good. Now make it a little bit lighter, like that. That looks good. Now, we're not paying attention to those details. It's just looking for the relationship. On this side of the nose, I'm going to open up a little bit lighter at this area. Like that. The brush I'm using is a sable brush, very soft. So you can see that there's a very easy to remove color, depends on the color that you use. So the 3 color that I'm using, the primary colors, you can see that from my materials inside the enjoyingart.com. Okay. Now, so far so good. Now, what I want to do now, I'm going to get away from the face. I'm going to take care of the hair. I'm going to come to get some burnt umber, but just burnt umber is not dark enough. So I'm going to add the blue and the red. Okay. Just look at the shape on this side. And the shape, start over here. Get a little bit more blue colors. Good. Like this. Now come to this side. Okay. Now come to under the ear. There's a shape, a dark shape right here. Get a little bit burnt sienna from here, coming from the bottom up. Okay. Now what I want to do now, I'm going to coming into this side of the chin. I'm going to define the shape of the face. Before I'm going to do that, I think I'm going to working into lay another colors to define the size of the shadow side first. There's a little bit more red on this side. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, now coming through this shadow side under the nose. Like this, and the mouth. And then come to look at the angle of the outline. Moving like this and coming through down here. And then come to the chin right here. Now we get a better idea how we're going to fix the outside shape. This area is dry, so I'm going to start from the bottom in the neck area. So I'm going to get the blue color, the Windsor blue, and get a little bit this Windsor red. This is pretty dark colors. And let's see. So I'm going to see in this area, like this. A bit darker over there. And now this time I'm gonna just going to have some definitions on the coat. Like that. And also on the inside shirt, I'm gonna add a little blues, make it look like a little bit purplish. So this are colors, and this inside the shadow side. That's good. Now it's already dry. Now we're going to go into do another adjustment for the hair here, and then we're going to make the nose pop a little more. Let's take a look. And look at the color temperature. That's good. Now I'm going to working into the nose. That's actually the nostrils right here. And then looking into the eyebrows now. And then working into the eyelid, the upper eyelid. And then look into this eye. As soon as you get the structure around the eye, and then when you walk into the eye won't look like just lines. It actually have shapes, have toning. Okay, let's see. Just coming in here. There's a little red at the corner, so I'm gonna add a little bit red color. I think this can merge a little bit together. It's not so clear. And up at this can be softer. Okay, now I'm gonna get into a little bit this burnt sienna, warm burnt sienna. And put it right here. That's good. In here a little bit cooler color, a little bit cooler. Right here, you can see the shape. Now we're seeing smaller shape now. Now we're gonna move on to the other side of the eye, to the other eye on the other side. Just get this, the color. I think this is good color. I'm gonna go into the eyebrows. A little bit lower, okay, like this. And look at the eye. And the upper eyelid, like this. That's good enough suggestions. So under the nose, it has a little warmer with the burnt sienna. Under here, you can see there's a warmer color right under the middle of the nose. That's good. Now we're gonna work it into the lip. We want to get rid of some color above in this area. I'm gonna define the line a little bit better. I'm gonna use this flat brush. There you go. Now just lift up the color. So make this area a little bit light. That's good. And at the same time over here, I'm gonna get the highlight on the lower lip of the mouth, make it a little lighter too. Okay, that's good. Now what I want to do, I want to come down over here to rework on the shape. Here you go. Now, move up the shoulder a little bit. I think we need to move some color away from the outside. A little bit. That's good. Now we're gonna work it, so just a little hair coming down. And we're gonna remove a little color over here. Show a little color, a little bit lighter, so showing there's the illusion of the hair actually coming into the shoulder, the shadow side of the shoulder area. I'm going to get the burnt sienna and mix with this dark color. I don't want the outside shoulder looks too defined. Maybe this time I need to use fix the background one more time. So in here I'm gonna shade that, maybe a little bit darker. And then get down over here, I'm going to make the color even a little bit darker. Maybe not just blue colors. I'm going to take this, mix it together, a gray color. I'm going to get into, touch the side, outside of the face. Be really careful how much contrast you want to have between the face and the background. And that's probably good. I may want to lift up a little color over here, make this area a little bit lighter. No, that's fine. Now take a look on this side. I'm going to do one more time and make the color a little bit dimmer. And maybe this is the good color. Let's see, add a little yellow color. Okay. Okay, I think it's good. Now at this point, I also want to add a little bit darker color for the hair on this side. It looks like I have a little bit more blue colors because of the lighting. So I'm gonna add a little blue color here. Here we go. Now coming down. Now take a look at the top. Also add a little definition at the top of the hair. And I'm gonna start working a little bit more definitions into the hair area. Okay, here we go. Now that's good. And we need this. And on this side. That's good enough. Now we come down to the neck area. And the neck over here, we need to keep it a little bit darker. Looks like a little bit red, purple. So I'm going to take this a little red color. This is good. I'm going to come over here and make it one more round. Now the next showing a little bit different than the other colors. Now we're going to go into the face area. Now this is good. Now we're going to start inside between the lip of the mouth, and let's take this color. Take a look at that. Is I think need a little bit yellow, so I'm gonna take the burnt sienna. Okay, this is good. So what I want to do, I'm gonna take this to define this narrow shape. Let's see, keep going. And now to the corner. But that color is not so dark, so I need to be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna let go some color. I'm gonna just take a little bit more burnt sienna and dilute the dark color a bit. Coming over here. Okay, now I'm gonna, it's time to do this shape. Take a look. Now soften the edge a little bit. Now continue, but then here I have a little bit more yellow, so I'm going to take this color instead. So let's see. You're first looking for how dark's the color. Second thing is looking for what's the temperature of the color. That's good. Now I'm going to soften that area and to make the area a little bit, this light area a little bit bigger. That's good. Now I'm going to come down to the lip. Now I'm going to take this color, it's the right color. I think it's dark enough. I'm going to come here, take a look at it. I think it doesn't need to be that dark on this side. But at the corner of the mouth, I have a little bit shape. So I'm going to put that shape over there. That's good. Now I'm going to adding this little shape, little triangle shape in this side of the mouth. And now we also see a little very small tiny shape in the middle of the lower lip right here. It's good. Now I'm walking into under the mouth, and that color is a little bit cooler. So I'm going to take this color, that's good. Now we're going to see. Like this. I'm thinking about, is that too dark? Just right. We're going to see. And on the corner over here, have a little bit, I think a little bit of this colors, not much, just right here. They're showing her smiling. And now I can see that at the lower lip, in the shadow side, we need a little bit warmer color, so get a little bit more red. Like that. Good. let's see. Now I'm gonna make this color a bit lighter. So just blend it in, and I have it going into the shadow side of the face and coming down on this side. So as you hear, I'm keep mentioning about shape, and it's very crucial. On this side, I'm gonna add a little bit cool colors around the eye, like this. There you go. On this side too, and then coming through on the side over here. And then when you come down over here, it's get a little bit lighter. So I get a little bit lighter. Maybe that's too much. So I'm gonna remove some of the colors and coming down over here like this and disappear. Okay, now come down to the bottom of the chin. It have a little warm color because the shirt reflected the color up there. So I'm gonna come over here like this. Okay. Now I'm looking back to the hair area. That should be has a little bit light color here. Here you go. And up there has a little bit warmer. A relatively little bit warmer. Right here. Like this. The part of the hair. I'm gonna do a little bit, one more wash to smooth some of the color on the face, and maybe also add a little color to that too. And I'm gonna first I'm gonna do a little cleanup in this space. And now we first are gonna look at the forehead and take a little burnt sienna. Maybe a little bit warmer, just a little bit from here. Here you go. This step is very important, that you are keep relating everywhere in the portrait painting to see how they are going to relate together. And now I'm going to use this color and coming down to the cheek. And now relate this color to the side of the nose. And coming down to the chin. Now I'm going to have the color, let go some of the color, make it a little bit lighter. And let's take a look. I maybe can use this color for this area. And that should be a little warmer, so I'm gonna get a little bit warmer color into here, like that. Okay, let that move in. Like that, good. Now I'm gonna come back. Now almost all the color is gone. So I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna move that space. And I'm gonna add a little bit more burnt sienna. But I don't need a lot of colors. I just have more water. Okay, good. Now what I want to do over here, continue into that. And I'm gonna paint it around. That is the lighter areas and the top of the head. Now I'm gonna moving down over here. Now on this side, I can see that that is a little light brown color around the eye. Now I'm gonna moving to this direction. Okay, that light color can come in a little bit in here. That's good. Now moving down here, coming to the chin. Like that's good. Now on the other side, we want to use a little bit red color. Just a little bit red. Start from here again. But I'm gonna clean my brush. Have this color gradually moving into the light side. Here you go. Now I'm going to expand this light shape and moving in here. That's good. Now let much softer now. And I'm gonna come into the shadow side and blend the color into the existing color. Like that. I think that's fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna pay some attention to the ear. Okay, this is a good color. Pretty deep. Like that. That's good enough suggestion. Now get a little bit bone sienna. Now coming over here. Like this. It's okay. We don't have to make it really clear. But that's just a good step. Now what I want to do, I'm going to give a little sideburn and a little cooler. That's good. Like this, the sideburn. Let's see. Like this. Okay. A couple line. A little bit darker. Now I need to make this a little bit softer, and maybe this softer too. Now I want to do here, in the hair, I'm gonna lift up a little color to showing some light. As you see, I never use a white color. I use the light color of the paper, so I lift up the color, make the color a little bit thinner, so the light would show through from the paper. So there is no additional white color except the paper color. Okay, now we are ready to add the earring. So I'm gonna get the brown color. I'm just gonna paint it right here. That's the brown color. Okay, that's good. Give a little bit dark and the edge here. Okay. And then the bottom have a little bit green color. So I'm gonna take the blue color and press the yellow color Okay. Like that. Maybe just a little dry brush the way it is. That looks fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of this color on this side too. Suggested this appear healing. At the bottom, I'm gonna add a little bit darker color as is the shadow at the bottom. So a little scratch over here, it will look great. So I'm gonna see how much we can do, and I'm gonna use this scratch. This is and we need to scratch off a little bit shape. Okay, good. It's all right. That's good. To get a suggestion, the earring coming down. Let's do one more look. So is there anything that we need to change before we announce the painting is done? I think it's one little thing that we can do. We can add a little color to form the bottom of the chin a little bit better. Okay, right here. I think it's a little bit more rounded. So right here like this. Yeah. And also for the earring, I'm gonna put a little shadow here, a little shadow there, like that. And there are some darker brown colors right here. We're gonna show that the gap. And now we're gonna come into have a little bit warm brown color. And I'm gonna have this little shape right here. Now I think the last thing that we're gonna do for the necklace, I'm take a little warm gray color and come in here. Like this. Okay, a little big line coming here. And a little line coming to this side and disappear. We need to put a little bit soft cast shadow to make it look more a three-dimensional necklace. Okay, on this side, like that. Maybe have a little bit gold feeling, and over here cover a little bit of the white space, like that. That looks good, looks real. And give a little bit red color for the little edge of the clothing. That. That's good. Maybe on this side can be a little bit more, because the shadow side can be a little bit darker, like that. Okay, maybe a little bit darker color on the shadow side. We're gonna, let's see. I'm gonna do one more round. can form the edge here. Like this. Because that is her hand moving when she's doing the painting. And then one other warmer color down here. Okay, up here, a little bit like a red, orange color, the part of the shirt. I want to come in to give a little bit definitions to the hair now. Okay. I'm gonna see. Actually, that looks cool. Maybe a little bit too persistent, so I'm gonna soften that a little bit in the middle. I'm going to do the last couple things. One is there's the pattern of the dress. And one more thing in the background. It looks like I do need to give a little bit suggestions in the background over here. Doesn't have to be look like what the photo reference look like, but you can take that some of the suggestions and maybe become something useful to create some variety and connection between the background. Maybe on this side I can have a little bit this shape, and maybe a little bit like that coming out. So it's good. And maybe have this on the, now on the left side I get a little bit more blue colors. I'm gonna have this color actually touching into the clothing. Maybe too dry, so that. So let's see. I'm going to add a little yellow color into this area. And I think this painting is finished. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If this is the first time here, please subscribe and turn on notification. I will see you in my next lesson.